When I was back in Ghana, we had I had a squirrel.
Alex, if you don't get off my screen. A squirrel. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love is Blind Season 4, Episode 9. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Boy, for everybody who was on live last night, clearly we were talking too soon. We were talking too fast. We were like, where's so-and-so's family? And where's so-and-so's family? We needed to be patient because now here's everybody's family. Okay, so let's get into it. Marshall says he's confused how the love of his life can go from cloud nine to absolutely rock bottom. Maybe because you're not really that good at picking.
What do you need from me? What do you require from me so that I know moving forward? That's it.
Oh my God. What I told you, what I required from you, is the reason why you left. You're doing great. I don't expect anything from you.
I like that Marshall asked, what do you need from me? How can I show up better in this relationship for you? Because I want to be in this relationship and I want to make it work. Problem is, what she needs is the same thing that you need. And unfortunately, neither of you can provide that for each other. It's professional help. So yeah, Jackie was given the opportunity to rectify the situation. Of course, she didn't want to because she does not like him. Simple as, end of story. Bliss meets Zach's family and she knocked it out the park.
He's just like so giving too. He just really inspires me. In those moments of really hard times, like that's when your true character comes out. To truly like feel like you can be yourself with someone in your full capacity is like so amazing.
This girl really took the pod seriously. She absolutely did. I loved hearing this way of breaking down why you love somebody rather than, you know, when Jackie talks about Marshall, it's what he does for her. When I think even like when Paul talks about Micah, it's how Micah makes him feel. I want to know, what about this person makes them somebody that you love? Get to the core of who they are. Really break down the fact that you understand this person, you see them for who they are, and everything that they come with, you love it wholeheartedly. That's what I want to hear. With every episode, Kwame is finding it harder and harder to fake that he likes this woman. Like, oh my gosh, I'm even laughing like him. This man cannot fake the funk to save his life. And in this episode, he just looked dead inside.
First thing that I said to Chelsea was, hey, are you okay? How you doing? You know? And her response to me was, do I sound okay or do I look okay?
Do you think I could possibly get any hotter? Yes or no?
Nope.
Yeah. Okay, you gonna feed me a strawberry?
Yeah.
Tell me how much you love me.
I've eaten enough of these, baby. I'm good. Okay.
If I was to play devil's advocate, even though the devil doesn't need one, Chelsea's takeover spirit would get on my nerves too. It would absolutely get on my nerves too. I feel like it's not funny haha, but funny weird how Chelsea came out of a controlling relationship and it feels like she now is the controlling one in this relationship. After again, she's already said she doesn't like this role. She doesn't want it. So why she's forcing it, I don't know, you know? Kwame says that he's struggling to continue to be the nice guy. He can't keep that up forever. And that's the problem. You act like the nice guy, you end up like Marshall. It's going to become too much at some point and you're going to boil over. Be genuine. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Or at least express the dislike of what it is that you don't want to do and find a way to compromise. Well, we know Kwame doesn't like the word compromise anymore. But find a way to compromise so that, you know, you can do something just because maybe this is going to negate what I just said. How do I frame it better? In life, there's things that we don't do because we don't want to do it, right? But we do it because we love the person genuinely. And because we love them, even though we don't want to do something, it doesn't feel daunting because at the base, it comes from love. You know what I mean? If you are doing things for this person and you're compromising yourself so much that you feel like you're losing yourself or you feel like you're building resentment for that person, then it's not based on the right things. You're doing it to appease somebody and you're not doing it out of love. Hopefully that brought it together. I also did resonate with Kwame when he said he doesn't have a place to decompress in this process. It's every day her. He works from home, so he's at the house all the time. Like everything is just engulfed in Chelsea, whereas Chelsea has family and friends and other hobbies that she can go and engage in to kind of remove herself from the process, have some time to regroup, and then jump back in. I completely understand that. I know you guys don't like the fact that he's complaining about that, considering that he was in Oregon and the show is based in Seattle. But I feel like that's irrelevant. I'm sorry. I feel like that's irrelevant. A person can still feel like, dang, I'm kind of suffocated in this situation. I feel the same way living here in Ontario. Yes, I do have friends here, but like my family and my childhood friends are all back in Alberta. That's across the country. So sometimes it does become overwhelming when you don't have that center to go back to, regroup yourself, and then jump back into whatever it is that you're doing. I felt him at that on that account. I felt him. Yeah, I feel you, Kwame. I do. We get to meet Brett's friends, and I love that Brett didn't just leave it to Tiffany to showcase their relationship or advocate. Why does that sound wrong? Advocate for their relationship. Brett was also hopping in saying, listen, these are the reasons why we're an amazing couple. And again, knocked it out the park.
I felt like I could talk to him about anything, like values and family, finances. I needed someone that understands struggle, but doesn't get complacent with their life.
We can start a whole new life for, when it comes to our kids and what they can be able to achieve and give them the resources that I didn't have.
I love how Brett talks about the generational cycles that he would like to break and that he can see himself breaking those with Tiffany. It wasn't even like with somebody like Tiffany. It was with Tiffany herself. Ooh, yes. These two by far have the deepest connection out of everybody on this season. I hate to be a pessimist, but sometimes when I watch them, I'm like, the edit is just a little too perfect. But it's okay. We'll take it. Netflix has taken too many L's when it comes to Love is Blind, so they're trying to have a win here. Paul and Micah are talking about living arrangements. And I don't want to be the grammar police. I don't want to come for people's sentence structure. But my God, if either of them say like one more time, I'm going to lose it.
If we were to get married, I don't know if my stuff would fit into your life.
We could leave a lot of that stuff there and bring some essentials.
I'm thinking clothes and shoes and stuff. Would you want to do long distance from me?
No, definitely not. I think that sucks.
Paul was clear that Seattle was where he planned to remain and that Arizona just wasn't in the cards for him. However, now he's saying that he's open to going to Arizona to visit and then potentially consider what moving there would look like. I still don't see it for these two. I still don't see it. I don't even see either of them get excited about each other. I'd see it a little bit more with Micah, but as a whole, I just don't see it. And it's not even to say that if you don't get excited, super giddy, that there isn't a connection there. But they talk about how this is the best connection that they've ever had. And it's this whirlwind romance, but the facial expressions and the way that they interact with each other physically, it just doesn't feel like it. There's something missing, personally. And I'd be surprised if they went through with the wedding. Not with the wedding, with the marriage. Zach is obviously extremely nervous meeting Bliss's family. This is the mom and the sisters. We're meeting the dad in the next episode, though. And so at first he's stumbling through, and I'm like, Bliss, are you going to jump in at some point? She doesn't. But at least Zach got it together.
Just keep going. You are the one that has to tell the story.
I don't think there's anyone else that I could make a bigger impact in the world with by my side. I ended up having feelings for two different women at the same time.
Yeah, go ahead and ask him questions. Feel free to be a little mean. Throw some wine in his face.
What makes you sure about Bliss now?
Bliss's sister is asking the question that I have been asking for episodes now. What has changed from the pods till now? She wasn't good enough to marry in the pods. So why now are you proposing and it's only been a few days in between, His answer is there was a fear of her family's perception of him, and that's why he didn't follow through with proposal. I'm so sorry. That ain't got nothing to do with me. My family's potential perception of you has nothing to do with me. That is you projecting your insecurities onto me. This is me being Bliss. And I don't feel like I should be punished for that. I mean, could I call it a punishment? Not really, but let's just say it's a punishment because you wanted to be with him, right? Whether or not my family accepts you is something that we're going to have to experience to find out. Just because you assume I come from a prestigious family or something like that, and because I told you that, yeah, my father, as most fathers are, typically doesn't accept my boyfriends, does not mean that you should now cancel me as a candidate altogether and nullify the connection that we've built in these pods. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. If that was his reason, if that was his sole reason for not choosing Bliss, piss poor. And if there are more reasons, I would love to hear them, because I feel like everything in their relationship is exactly the same from in the pods. Only difference is he experienced Irena and he realized she ain't ish. I don't buy this thing. I know they're going to make it work. I know they're going to make it work. I'm pretty positive they're going to be one of the married couples. But Zach, he just annoys me. Chelsea invites Kwame to meet her mother and like that side of the family. And basically her attempt is to make Kwame feel like he has a support system. He has a network here in Seattle so that moving from Oregon isn't that bad.
He's creative, he's a photographer, he has a beautiful voice, you guys. He's realizing that Seattle is just superior to Portland.
Yeah, naturally.
Well, it is.
And
So
then
you have a brother and sister,
I do.
and are you the oldest or
No,
what?
I'm the youngest.
Youngest?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you like a lot of family time, because
Yeah.
we have a lot of it.
Chelsea, babe, now be for real. Be for freaking real, Chelsea. We're going to start off the relationship with lies. What beautiful voice. What beautiful voice. I must have missed that. I must admit, there must be some unseen footage, because the footage that we saw, absolutely not. Okay. Kwame being the baby does not surprise me. We, the babies, tend to have an attitude, and it is hard for us not to get our way sometimes. And it seems like that is Kwame. So I'm not surprised whatsoever. What did surprise me was that Kwame came to the United States, or went, because I don't live in the States. Kwame went to the United States at 8 years old. So he experienced Ghana, and he has enough memories to really like recall what his childhood was like. But he just comes across as somebody who's just not truly, if his name was not Kwame, and even if it was, there's some African Americans with the name Kwame. If he just went by Alex and he had a different head shape, I would tell you he could be from anywhere. I would not even say African. He doesn't, nothing. And I guess is it okay? I don't know. People are not forced to identify with their heritage. But it's just so sad for me watching Kwame. Like, he's obviously miserable in life trying to be with this Chelsea that he's forcing. He doesn't want to relate with his heritage. He isn't really connected with his family. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is sad. It's now time for the dress fittings. And I'm going to let you guys know right now, in the next video, I'm not going to deep dive the dresses and, oh, this was so cute. And I can't be bothered. I cannot be bothered. Who also can't be bothered is Jackie. Because not only did she not show up to the dress fitting, she went on a date with Joshua.
Jackie didn't show up for the wedding dress fitting.
Oh.
How are you?
You know, I'm a romantic brother, you feel me? It makes me nervous how much I really care about you. Losing you is my biggest regret.
If you would have told me that the real villain of the season would not be Micah, would not be Irena, it would be Jackie, I would have called you an SK. Honey, I would have called you a liar. A liar. Ain't no friggin' way. Jackie has thrown me for a loop. I mean, she never was like on the top of my list anyways. But the way that she has handled Marshall not being quote unquote man enough for him, the way that she has handled her home situation, which although that is valid for me, it's all the more reason for you not to be in this process. And then now handling her interest in Joshua, it's sick. It is sick. Go ahead and have feelings for somebody else, that's fine. But you are actually currently engaged to another man who has stakes in this relationship. He has things to lose with you now throwing him to the curb like this. So for her to completely disregard how Marshall would potentially feel about it, that's sick. That is sick. You're gonna be kissing up on next man while engaged to somebody. Wow. Wow. Nah, she's on a madness. She is on a madness. The fact that the women this season have had like the biggest villain story. We haven't seen it in a while. I feel like Jessica and what's her name? The Squinty Girl. Squinty Girl were carrying it for a while. But Jackie and Irena have taken the crown. Wow. Wow. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe for the Discord people. I don't know. Sunday is Easter. That's the day the Lord has risen. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted on the watch party, but I've already seen episode 10, so I'm going to do a review on that real soon, and that will be posted on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.